Hello my beautiful friends, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you that are new here, welcome. I'd like to start off by saying thank you to everyone who liked, commented, and subscribed. You guys are amazing. I love hearing from you guys. And for anyone who hasn't yet subscribed, I would love to have you guys join our Soul Compass Collective. So with that being said, let's get started. We are asking Spirit to tell us what you need to heal, or how you can heal yourself from self-sabotage, okay, to move on to the next step in your evolution. Okay, so what messages do we need to hear from Spirit that will allow us to heal? Okay, this could be like you being like unconsciously self-sabotaging yourself, or not knowing why you haven't moved forward, or even like being stuck, feeling stuck somewhere in your development. Okay, so the first card we have out is number 20, lacking, number 32, abandoned, number 38, neglected, and number 10, quarrelsome. Okay, so feel free to pause this video and see which cards you resonate with, and the timestamps will be listed below. So remember, this is just for your healing and what you need to hear. Okay, so yeah, I will see you guys coming up next. Hi Pal One, thank you guys so much for tuning in. So we're asking Spirit, what do you need to heal in order for you to move on, or in order for you to stop sabotaging yourself? Okay, so this card says you guys chose number 20, lacking, and this woman has thorns like holding her back. Like this could be so it's like giving like thorns of a rose, right? It's like so delicate, so beautiful, but it's like sharp. So with lacking, it feels like you may feel like you're not good enough, like you feel like you're lacking self-confidence here or something, and this may have to do with your heart chakra, because this is green. Okay, because this is such a beautiful person, just beautiful, amazing hair and skin, like facial features, everything about her is beautiful. There's no reason for her to feel like she's lacking. But we'll get more messages and see what this is about, and messages from Spirit to see how we can heal this as well. So Spirit, show us more messages for pile number 1, please. We have solitary, and we also have unconditional. Okay, very interesting. So bottom of the deck we have healer. So yeah, this does have to do with your heart chakra here. It's like you guys might have a closed heart chakra, so it's not allowing a lot of flow to go in between your chakras here. So very important to maybe listen to frequency music with the heart chakra. Okay, like 528 I think frequency would be beneficial for you. So you have lacking here, solitary, and we have unconditional. So you need to have like that unconditional love for yourself. And I see you here, you guys maybe might feel alone because you've put yourself in this position where you feel like you're not good enough. So it's making you feel like you need to put yourself in like away from people, or like kind of just keep to yourself, not knowing that people love you unconditionally. Okay, healer. Okay, so let's see from the guidebook what messages want to come out. So we have number 20, lacking. So these are your wounds here. Okay, so it says this card invites you, so this is about lack, sadness, and confusion. Okay, this card invites you to recognize a wounded self deep inside you. A wounded self can originate from your past, but may also be in your cellular memory through the collective unconsciousness or ancestral trauma. It may be born from a lack of fulfillment of needs, be they physiological or regarding security, love, acceptance, validation, and recognition. By recognizing and healing your wounded self, you release emotional pain and conscious and unconscious fears. So the guidance of this card says, inside you there may be a wounded self who has lacked maternal love, total acceptance, or unconditional generosity. We have unconditional here. Unconditional generosity. It says your wounded self has suffered from being a mother who, has suffered from having a mother who has too demanding or removed, or perhaps too demonstrative, or perhaps was too demonstrative. Okay, so she was too demanding, was removed, or too demonstrative. Okay, someone may have disappointed you. They haven't been there for you, even though you have given them a lot. Okay, so it's kind of like you've given them the lack, but you feel like you've given them love, but you feel because they're not reciprocating that you are not enough. Okay, so the risks here, it says you tend towards disappointment, passiveness, and resignation. You may feel your lacks or wants are impossible to fill, or others don't care about you and you are alone, which is not true. That's why you have solitary here, right? Or you are alone. This can make you feel sad, even to the brink of despair. Okay. Then it says the healing mantra for you is recite this mantra regularly until you feel something change inside you. It says, my emotional and vital needs are completely fulfilled by myself, whom I trust and honor. I value my own presence without needing contributions from others, even if I appreciate their generosity towards me. Very beautiful. So in the past, you may have felt like you've given people your energy, your love, your presence here, and they may have not reciprocated, right? But this also has to do with a little bit of codependency here, right? You feel like you need to overgive because that's how you think people will appreciate you. They'll think that you're worthy of something because of all that you have to offer, okay? And that's not true. It's kind of like we're innately precious. We innately have everything to offer, and we innately have that value, right? We don't need to kind of like play a clown kind of thing is what I'm getting, to have people like love us, right? We don't need to over exert ourselves to receive that love and to know that we're enough. Okay, then we have 39 solitary. 39. Okay, here we go. Solitary says this is about relationships, love, and sexuality. It says keywords: encounter, calm, and isolation. It says this card asks you to bring your relationships with yourself and others into balance. Using the points below as a guide, choose something to work on. It says, I go out, see sociable people, and interact with them. I am connected and at ease with the outside world. I radiate warmth and light towards others. I stop choosing people who oppose me unless they compliment me. I choose friends or spiritual partners who know how to listen and with whom I can have deep, meaningful discussions. I choose to spend time alone. I withdraw from the world when I need to establish or deepen my connections with my inner self. I am more demonstrative with others. I am never the slave of others. I assert myself benevolently and with composure. I avoid demeaning people. I choose those who value me or spotlight my qualities. Yeah. So it's not about like giving yourself, or it's not about showcasing yourself to the wrong people. This is about like finding your tribe here, right? Instead of being in the solitary energy and being around people who make you feel like you're lacking or you're not good enough. Okay. So it says, let's see what else. So yeah, that's basically what it says for that. And then for number 21, unconditional, let's see what that says. Unconditional. So this card asks you to bring your relationships with yourself and others into balance. Using the points below as a guide, choose something to work on. It says, I stop looking for people to mother. Okay. It says, I mistrust narcissistic people who might abuse me and put me down. I assert myself before people who try to mold me to their preference. I manage to say no. I stop waiting for unwanting things from others. I choose people who are available to me. I no longer suffer because of others. I stay distant from what they experience, and I stop dwelling on them and hurting for them. I avoid codependent relationships. I avoid immature people. I stop sacrificing myself for others. I stop infantilizing others. I avoid overly demanding people who will empty me of my energy. I am my own best friend. I remain present for myself, and I love being in my own company. Okay, so it says here about sexuality. It says this card invites you to infuse your sexual relationships with greater tenderness, affection, and gentleness without sliding into being childlike. Choose someone who will listen to your deep needs, who will be gentle and loving with you, and with whom you will feel attuned. If your education or beliefs have influenced you into thinking that sex is only for procreation and not for pleasure, or that making love is an obligation to satisfy or please your partner, free yourself from these thoughts. Discover how sacred sexuality can be fun and a source of ecstasy while still respecting your connection with your body and emotions. So very interesting here. This has a lot to do with giving your love and your light to the people that don't deserve it, right? They don't see its value, and so therefore you feel like you're not enough. Okay, but you have to have that unconditional love for yourself, right? It's like you've been giving and giving and giving to people who don't appreciate it. It's like giving somebody more of what they don't already appreciate isn't going to make them appreciate you. Okay, that's a message for some of you out there. Let's get the tarot and see what other messages want to come out. So this is all about healing your heart, healing yourself. Like, there's a book called Codependent No More, and it's a really great read about why we are codependent, okay, on others. When we can fulfill our own desires and we can just choose people that are more deserving, that are more like aligned with us, instead of giving to somebody who doesn't appreciate it. Like, I know some of us feel like we're trying to, like, we see that person as a project, or we're trying to help them be better, but it's asking you to put that energy into yourself. Like, imagine all the energy you put into someone else, what you can accomplish for yourself. Okay, like, look at that. It's like incoming. It's like, this is incoming for you. Like, Nine of Pentacles. It's like, if you put all that energy and focus it towards yourself, this is what's happening. King of Pentacles at the bottom. It's like stability is coming in if you just believe in yourself. Okay, like, I'm sensing here from the bottom of the deck that you're a healer. And look at that, it says unappreciated, right? It's like you are a healer. You see people as like projects, possibly, or things to work on, because you want them to be their best self, but it's unappreciated. And sometimes you just have to pull back your energy, okay, and focus on being more independent. Bottom of the deck, be more independent, because that's going to bring you peace, okay? Like, be more independent here. No more codependency. Like, that's the Nine of Pentacles. That's what I see that the universe is asking you to shift into being more independent, taking control here with the Emperor. Like, take control of your own life, because only you can manifest your highest potential here. Like, you're trying to manifest a balance, like an equal give and take of energies. Like, you're trying to balance that, okay? It's like, maybe you're trying to manifest someone who comes in and appreciates what you have to offer them. The High Priestess and the Two of Pentacles here. So it's like listening to your intuition, but you want to listen to your intuition, but also it's kind of like you're afraid of what people might think, right? Of this change within you. If like you stopped giving and just gave to yourself here, right? It's kind of like, this is the change that's going to make you the most happiest. And it's like, life is ever changing. Like, this is like the ebbs and flows of life. And those who like benefited from you being such a people pleaser are the ones that you need to stay away from, because they're the ones that are going to have a problem with you putting yourself first. Okay? Like, listen to your intuition. Your intuition knows best. The Page of Cups and the Chariot. It's like you have a dream within you that you need to see to fulfillment, right? He's daydreaming about that cup. Look at that, you're daydreaming about it, right? You need to just move away and focus on yourself. She's focusing on her emotions here. They're the most important thing to her, right? Alchemize that energy and have the strength to let go of what's holding you back here. The Devil and the Lovers, right? Let go of what's holding you back and like work towards like building a foundation for yourself, right? He's like the miser of the deck, which is like, this is scarcity mindset. You need to let go in order to be open. Like you can't be clenching your hand. It needs to be open to receive, right? More messages for pile number 1. Look at that. You're holding on, right? You're holding on to this feeling of lacking, like feeling like you're not good enough, but you need to rewrite the story. You're as good as anyone. No one is better than you. You're not better than anyone. Like, we're all equal, right? Have these boundaries. Look at that. Having boundaries. This could also be having boundaries with parental figures here. With the with this guy. Be a father figure. King of Pentacles. It's like you want stability in your life. You want to have somebody who will see your worth and your value. Or this could be also you who sees your worth and your value, but you don't want to be a burden on people. And you're not. Right? You need to see things in a different light with a magician. It's kind of like magnetize your highest self here. And it will come. It's like, stop having confusion. Like, this is like illusion energy. You're using this energy of like imagination against yourself, okay? Because here it's kind of like self-sabotage. You are self-sabotaging yourself. It's like you want to move forward, you want to be a beginner, but also as soon as you begin, you don't feel like you can do it alone. And you can. You can do it alone. You can take control of yourself. You feel like you need to have other people around you to do this, but you don't. Like, we're all on this earth capable of accomplishing things for ourselves. This is why God gives you, or the universe gives you, all these things that you see in your mind, like all these goals that you want to accomplish for yourself. Like, all of us are the magician. We can bring all of our dreams to fruition. 7 of Swords, 6 of Swords, like walking away from this energy, like finally putting it to rest a little bit here, right? And seeing this new opportunity that the universe is bringing in for you, right? It's like having faith in yourself. This is about like spiritual, like disbelief, like not believing in yourself that you can do it on your own. Like, have that faith, that like the same faith that you put into other people when you're codependent, right? Codependency is like, at the root of it is just not believing in yourself. And so you need other people to kind of validate you and make you feel like you're worthy, but they haven't been making you feel like you're worthy. They just kind of like use your support and then they move on, kind of thing, right? So you here no longer feeling fulfilled with what you've cultivated so far, right? You're moving away from this energy, and that's great because you're following your North Star here. It's going to be something that's very healing. It's like, you need to heal this energy first and then move on, because you are the Empress, okay? Like, the devil is what keeps you stuck. Devil is what's letting you know, like, oh, you can't do this alone, can you? Like, it's kind of like these negative thoughts, right? You don't know. It's kind of like, oh, I don't know if I can do this alone, but you can. It's like you're a witch, you know, like you're a manifester. You can have all of this happily ever after happening for yourself, okay? Have that faith. Like, the Queen of Swords cuts through anything that no longer serves her. And she just focuses on herself, okay? She focuses on the truth, okay? The truth is, if people are using you, or people you don't feel good enough around, certain types of people, see that as the truth and move on from that, okay? Like, accept it, and so that you can move on and create space for people who do love and appreciate you, because they are out there, right? So let's get some healing guided messages for pile number 1, please. We have worth. Oh my god, it's a kind of like self-worth here. Like, you're worth more than gold. Like, this is crazy. It says, you have been worthy to belong, to love all along, without any need to improve. In fact, you are love itself. Oh my god, this is so beautiful, you guys. I'm getting goosebumps, literally. It says, you have been worthy to belong, to love all along. Okay, so you do belong. You are good enough, without any need to improve, without any need to change yourself. You just need to find the people that are worthy of you. In fact, you are love itself. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful ending. and beautiful message. And the bottom of the deck, you have inner power. It says, give me the courage and the power to do what must be done. So cut out the fluff in your life, focus on yourself. And whoever doesn't appreciate it, you just need to end it. Cut it. I'm getting cut it out. Okay. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Pile number 1, I really enjoyed your reading. I hope this resonated for you. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. And I hope to see you on the next one. Hi, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. I hope this resonates for you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So we are asking Spirit, what do you need to heal in order to move on and to elevate and to just, what's the next step that you need to do to heal yourself, right? To elevate, to level up. So you guys chose abandoned, and this is number 32. Like, she has a candle within her here. It's like the light is still there, but there's like spider webs. It's kind of like giving me like an abandoned house kind of thing. It's like there was so much love once upon a time, but it's kind of like you feel abandoned. This could be like a core wound. Like, we all have that core wound within us of feeling abandoned, like our caregivers abandoning us, right? And how would we survive? But let's get some more messages for you here. Pile number 2. Spirit, pile number 2, please. Show us what they need to know to heal. Okay, we have guide and we have expressive. Abandoned, guide, and expressive. So it's kind of like unrecognized, self-centered. So it's kind of like you may feel abandoned here, right? But there's an inner guide that's guiding you to, that's kind of like guiding you out of this energy. And the way you feel whole and the way you feel fulfilled is by being expressive, or even just the fact that you're guided to like express this energy and speak about it. That's one way to heal it as well. So let's see, let's get some messages. Pile number 2, 32 here we have. So abandoned says this is lack, uncertainty, and solitude. So it says this card invites you to recognize a wounded self deep inside of you. A wounded self can originate from your past, but may also be in your cellular memory through the collective unconscious or ancestral trauma. It may be born from a lack of fulfillment of needs, be they physiological or regarding security, love, acceptance, validation, and recognition. By recognizing and healing your wounded self, you release emotional pain and conscious and unconscious fears. The guidance of this card says, inside you there may be a wounded self who has lacked a reassuring and comforting maternal presence, who would have passed down matriarchal values to you. Your wounded self may have faced responsibilities when you were too young and should have been enjoying the carefree pleasures of childhood. Too often you found yourself alone without anyone to understand, listen, and support you. The risks here: you may fear silence and monotony tend towards disappointment or sadness, or feel a lack of inner emptiness. Feel a lack or inner emptiness that's difficult to fill, and a kind of discontentment. It says healing mantra. It says recite this mantra regularly until you feel something change inside you. I am supported and surrendered. I give others the space they need to envelop and accompany me in my life gently, delicately, and divinely. That's so nice. Let's read it again. It says, I am supported and surrounded. Okay. I give others the space they need to envelop and accompany me in my life gently, delicately, and divinely. Visualization for this card, it says, imagine you're cuddled up in half of someone's heart. Even if that heart is unknown to you, you feel its warmth, its reassuring and comforting love. The heart forges ties with you. It's happy and feels complete and lucky to have you with it. You feel a warm energy, nurturing and mothering, like a delicious cocoon, a loving, caring, and attentive mother's belly. This is like such an important message, right? It's like you feel like you're unable to like be vulnerable with people because you feel like they might abandon you if they knew who you truly were, kind of thing. Okay. Number 18, we have a guide. So this is about self-knowledge, expression. Okay, it says jollity. It says initiatives, commitment, and renewal. So this is about personal growth, okay? This card invites you to express your inner child, zest for life, and carefree personality. Your inner child wants you to be free from obligations and responsibilities. They ask you to divest yourself of that which encumbers you, weighs on your shoulders, or eclipses your inner sun. Careful, this isn't a call to quit everything and be reckless, okay, or irresponsible, but rather to enjoy life amply and freely. Lighten your load. Be filled with wonder and invest your energy in soul-enriching things that fill you with joy and lightness. What are your inner child's needs, such as wonder, lightness, play, and innocence? How can you respect those needs and avoid telling your inner child to be quiet, hide, or disappear? Observe when your inner child can express itself or when you repress it, and see how it carves out a place in your adult life. Invest your energy in decisions and initiatives that are meaningful to you. If you've been hesitating, it's time to take the plunge. If you are sure of your choices, it's time to take the plunge if you are sure of your choices. For this, you must ascertain what you really want. Know your desires and strengths. A long-term commitment will bring you many riches and great benefits. Don't be afraid of committing to a path, let alone of feeling imprisoned. Hemmed in, or blocked, because a situation can always evolve. You know how to renew yourself when others might slide into inertia. Dare to invest your energy fully despite the inevitable sacrifices, because it makes time for projects to mature. It takes time for projects to mature. In the end, you'll reap beautiful fruits. Stay flexible, adaptable, and joyful. Your joy lets you know if you are still on the right path with the right energy. Persevere and leave nothing undone. Don't give up and see things through to the end. If you tend to leave projects or tasks unfinished, it's time to wrap them up. Or imagine you've erased their traces. If you feel guilty about not finishing, apologize by visualizing your new path with the motivation and momentum to finish. Honor your commitments. Persevere, and don't forget you're investing energy towards your own happiness. So the challenges for you here says, end a situation that is no longer right for you, that stifles your inner child. Then choose from your heart what your soul is calling. Make a choice that erases other possibilities, then fully invest your energy in that choice. Fix achievable deadlines for your projects. Take stock of times when you didn't see things through to the end and ask yourself why. Do you need to adjust some personality traits? Do you have fears? Find out how you can remedy this tendency for the next time you embark on something. How you can maintain a pure and indefatigable force of momentum and motivation. Make a list of what or who you commit to, sign it, and fix an achievable deadline, committing yourself to what must be achieved. Don't turn away from this deadline, whatever it takes, before having achieved your aims. Spiritual growth. This card appears because you have an important vital potential. You carry the energy of spring within you, the power and magic to make flowers rise out of the earth, nurture seeds and spread roots, and make buds blossom. Perhaps you don't tap into this creative power, this impulse of life, or you are not in the right time or place. Okay? So it's basically saying that because you have this fear of abandonment, you don't really commit yourself to the things that you want, because you fear that it will not come to fruition. Either you or someone else will abandon the situation. Okay, and then we finally have expressive, number 29. 29, expressive. It says beauty, magic, and expression. So this card invites you to connect with your throat chakra. Express who you are in the deepest part of your being and express yourself as a spiritual soul, being, or soul. So it says express the most beautiful facets of yourself through what you love most, such as dancing, singing, drawing, gardening, cooking. Choose something, gardening or cooking, choose something that captures your uniqueness, values, and your whole life. Free your creativity because nothing is preventing you or holding you back. So unveil and express each of your true nature's light-filled and divine facets. Connect with your inner magic and even with fairyland, then maintain the connection. Notice your daily life's magical details, express your creativity and natural talents, and stay sparkling and positive. You could visualize a magical garden inside you, peopled with extraordinary creatures. Number 3, it says this visualization exercise is to free your throat chakra. Imagine a beautiful blue light shining from inside your throat, infusing your entire being and overflowing around you. Let your mouth relax as chains fall away from your hands and body. Allow yourself to express, create, and be present and expand who you are. Let inspiration come. Express yourself in a way that calls to you in a festive atmosphere. Listen to yourself and show what you feel without restraint, in perfect freedom and the right momentum. And the mantra for this card is, I rightly express all the light-filled facets of my personality. I express my creativity. It inspires and invigorates me and the world around me. Interesting. So it's saying here that once you commit to something, or just committing to facing this fear, even like just not having that self-abandonment, because a lot of the times it's us who abandon ourselves, right? It's like whenever we see somebody who's exhibiting the behavior of abandoning, it's because they're kind of like mirroring to us our fears. It's like we have this bias where we're looking out into our reality, and it's like we want people to reflect back to us how we believe about ourselves. So if you have been abandoned in the past and you want to heal that, you need to stop abandoning yourself first, okay? And it has a lot to do with being expressive. About being expressive here. Maybe you expressed your needs in the past and and people just weren't able to meet it and they just abandoned the situation, right? So this is all about continuing that. It's like being expressive, being like using your voice to change the narrative about your reality, right? Okay, let's see what the tarot has to say. Spirit, show us what pile number 2 needs to know. Strength. It's like it's taking a lot out of you, right? Like this abandonment thing, this abandonment wound. You have the Wheel of Fortune and the 10 of Pentacles. It's like abandonment wound has taken a lot out of you, but with strength, it's like having the courage to believe in yourself, to see something through. It's like the wheel is turning in your favor. See something through, because the 10 of Pentacles is right here. It's like if you open yourself up to be vulnerable, to not abandon yourself in the moments where you feel like you need to flee, and just holding on, you're going to accomplish this. It's like no matter what people think about you, you need to express something. Like some of you could be singers and artists and like rappers or whatever it is out there, right? There's something in you that's very creative and very expressive, and that needs to be expressed. And I see it like the wheel is turning if you persevere through this abandonment wound, right? It's very, very, very uncomfortable because you fear the judgment of others, like judgment here, right? But you need to stop judging yourself, and you need to allow people to kind of like come to you and let you know how they enjoy your thing without enjoy your craft or enjoy you as a person without tying your self-worth to it. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords. It's like focus on the future, focus on healing, and try again. Like keep trying with a wounded warrior, right? This is your message. It's like keep trying, heal to heal yourself over and over again, because we're constantly trying to better ourselves here, right? Like you're kind of with the Seven of Pentacles, like waiting for your harvest. And I see you guys coming out of this, like coming out of this on top with the Empress. It's like finally, once you face this shadow, once you face this abandonment wound, and you like stick through the uncomfortableness or the discomfort of this, and you heal this, like you cut out everything that's non-factual that you've believed about yourself, and you just heal it, and you face it, and you try, you keep trying. Eventually you'll be the Empress. Eventually, like you're waiting to see what it is. And like this is like kind of like unrecognized, kind of, it's gonna be like you coming out on top, like being unrecognizable to people because of how much you've healed and how much you've changed your energy, right? Because even if you don't tell people that you've been abandoned in the past, or you have an abandonment wound, they sense it. Like the universe will keep bringing you people who show you your fears and show you your wounds until you heal it, and then that's how you manifest someone new who shows you a different energy, right? It's like this is like in Earth school. It's like we have to learn all these lessons. Like it's not our fault that we were abandoned in the past, or we didn't have like reliable caregivers, or we had to become adults at a young age, right? And we had to take care of things at a young age, right? It's not our fault, but also it's like it gets to the point where it's going to hinder you a lot, right? Like you have a dream here, the Page of Cups. It's like this has become kind of like a burden to you. It's going to feel burdensome, but you're at the end of it, okay? Like trying again, it's kind of like this time it'll work, okay? And now, like once you let go of this burden, it's like you can finally start dreaming, because you're no longer in fight or flight. Like once our body is no longer in fight or flight, we're kind of like calm. Our nervous system has calmed down, right? We can finally dream. We can finally start something new, like start a new cycle here, right? The King of Swords is like taking action towards taking control of your thoughts here. It's going to feel uncomfortable, but you need to take control of your thoughts. Okay, taking control of like letting yourself run away with all these like possibilities of how things could go wrong, or whatever, this illusion here, this confusion, and kind of alchemizing this energy and having a balance between like your emotion, your like reality, and your thoughts here. This is what Temperance is about. It's like alchemizing this energy. It's like rest assured that you will come out on top. It's like you need to just like relax your nervous system here, okay? It's like coming, a brand new beginning is coming, and you can actually appreciate and love this new opportunity or new beginning, because you're no longer in fight or flight. You can feel like you deserve this, right? And this could have to do with your gift here, okay? Yeah, it's like moving away from troubled waters and learning how to like balance this energy, right? Waiting for your ships to come in finally. Like everything is ever changing. Like we're constantly changing, and if you keep holding on to like your wounds, it's like you're just gonna watch your ships like move away from you, right? The Three of Cups is like celebration, victory. Like you can finally celebrate your gift, right? And you can finally focus on that with the Page of Cups again, right? It's like a new beginner. The Devil. Devil is your fear. It's like, can I do this? Yes, you can. Am I going to be abandoned? No, I'm not. You need to just reframe your thoughts here, okay? Like the Devil is what keeps you in the illusion. Or the Two of Cups and the Six of Pentacles and the Sun. It's like equal give and take in these energies. It's like maybe you'll end up meeting somebody who will not activate your nervous system, your fight or flight here, okay? Or for you to abandon or feel abandoned by this person. Like this person is going to allow you to free your inner child here with the Sun, okay? You're gonna feel free. Like even if this is not a person coming in, this is you like being in a harmonious match with your higher self, okay? So let's get a message for you guys. Why is this upside down? Okay. Spirit, give us a message for Palm of the Tree, please. Okay. We have individuality and we have flow. So we have every person has their own personalized study plan in this Earth School. Didn't I say something about Earth School here? It says flow. It says, allow me, divine, to move with the flow and respond with calmness and peace. That's what I'm saying about calming your nervous system here, okay? Just go with the flow. Okay, and this is divine love. It says, when you offer everything to the divine with detachment, you begin a love affair with spirit. So beautiful. Beautiful messages for you guys. Thank you so much, pile number 2, for tuning in. I will see you guys on the next one. Let me know how this resonates for you in the comments below. Thanks, pile number 2. Hi, pile number 3. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So we're asking spirits about how, what your wound is and how to heal your wound, okay? So that you can move on and level up in life, and to see what how you're self-sabotaging yourself, okay? Because oftentimes we do it unconsciously. There's like a program in our mind that we need to like kind of bypass to see beyond the door, okay, of our fears. So we have neglected here. So you guys can have a fear of being neglected, or maybe you're neglecting yourself, or neglecting your goals and your dreams. And this could be how you self-sabotage yourself, by just neglecting yourself, not taking care of yourself, possibly. Okay, so this is number 38. Let's get some more messages. Spirit, show us for pile number 3 what they need to heal. Receptive. And devoted. But that didn't come out, so I'm going to put that back in. If it wants to come out again. We have threatened. And we have untamable at the bottom. Okay. So yeah, being receptive to the changes that you're going to need to do within your life. And then we have threatened here. Let's see what these things mean for you. Number 38. Yeah, number 38, neglected. Okay. So it says here, lacking devaluation and insipidness. So it says this card invites you to recognize a wounded self deep inside of you. A wounded self can originate from your past, but may also be in your cellular memory through the collective unconscious or ancestral trauma. It may be born from a lack of fulfillment of needs, be they physiological or regarding security, love, acceptance, validation, and recognition. By recognizing and healing your wounded self, you release emotional pain and conscious and unconscious fears. Guidance. So it says, inside you there may be a wounded self who has lacked affection, especially maternal love, who has been cast aside and ignored by people who were close or mattered to you. So the risks of this card is as you may feel unworthiness, unappreciated, and even shame. You may sometimes feel lost without knowing who you truly are. And it says perhaps you ignore your aspirations, dreams, or wishes. That's what I'm saying. You neglect. There's part of you that neglects yourself because you felt neglected in the past. Like you're not important enough for these things, but you are. It says, healing mantra. It says, recite this mantra regularly until you feel something change inside you. It says, my essence is unalterable. I am worthy of love and attention. I am sure of myself. I recognize the energies of love and peace within me, which surround me divinely to bring me happiness and confidence and aid my revelation. So it says, visualize yourself standing tall with your back and shoulders straight, chin up, and feet grounded into the earth. You are in your rightful place. You feel this in your heart and through your entire body. You are surrounded by a ring of people. You may or may not know them, or perhaps you only see their outlines. These people send you love, warmth, and positive and beneficial energies. You feel these luminous energies are increasingly divine. First touching your skin, then enveloping your body, your cells, and even your heart, even the heart of your cells. You are nourished by this bubble of love, grounding it deeply inside you. This bubble is a revitalizing and protective cocoon in which you feel in the right place, safe, calm, worthy, and loved. Such a beautiful message. So some of you feel like you perhaps weren't worthy of attention from the people you loved, is what this card is saying. But now it's saying don't neglect yourself. That's number one, right? Because people mirror to us how we feel about ourselves. Okay, so number 13, receptive. Receptive, this is about resources and qualities, gathering, overcoming, and lucidity. So this says you are invited to recognize particular qualities you possess, develop, or strengthen others. If any of these qualities bother or frighten you, try to understand why. If you hold fears or memories or old experiences or beliefs, you are being revived. Set intentions to work on and release these things. It says you can weave things together, connecting them so they bring you mutual benefits, collaborating, communicating, meshing, and nurturing them. You can draw people together, such as finding the right therapist or perfect gift for someone, or reconciling people who are at odds, and bridge what concerns you, such as knowing your faults, finding your needs, or establishing communication between yourself and a wounded self. You are resilient. You can quickly move on to something else, not dwelling on negative situations, and retrieve momentum when others are giving up. Stay driven by this inner energy, whatever happens, and use it to boost yourself and motivate people around you in long-term projects. Use this capacity to overcome obstacles and attain heights. You feel the accomplishment and satisfaction of success and completed work. You shed light on shadows, and you shine even in the darkest places. You make a sad person smile again by helping them see the positive in dark situations. Your intuition and psychic abilities let you go still further, because you can explore the depths and emotions and repressed memories in yourself and others, shed light on what is in shadow, and grasp fears or unconscious mechanisms to process, regulate, transform, and heal them. Do any of these reminders frighten you? Do any of them awaken anything unpleasant or uncomfortable inside you? If the answer is yes, why is that? Ask yourself if it concerns fears, memories, old experiences, or unconscious beliefs, and take time to name these. Then renounce your fears with a loud yes. Choose to embody the person you are deep inside, who you know is there hidden under layers of fears and negative experiences. From now on, embody this beautiful person in your thoughts, words, and actions. So it feels like you are somebody who, even though you've been neglected in the past, you're somebody who tries to make others feel wanted. Okay, like, even though, because you know what it feels like to be neglected, you try to like shelter others from feeling that way, right? So you're giving energy, like loving energy, to other people, even though you feel like you've been neglected, like people have neglected that in the past in you. And finally, we have threaten, number 2. Okay, so it says, this is about wounds. Okay, so it says danger, terrors, persecution, and fear. This card invites you to recognize a wounded self deep inside you. A wounded self can originate from your past, but may also be in your cellular memory through the collective unconscious or ancestral trauma. It may be born from a lack of fulfillment of needs, be they physiological or regarding security, love, acceptance, validation, and recognition. By recognizing and healing your wounded self, you release emotional pain and conscious and unconscious fears. So the guidance of this card says, inside you there may be a wounded self who has suffered, felt threatened, or maybe even felt persecuted, or felt weak before powerful, ferocious, and abusive people. Your wounded self may have found itself in a delicate position, which made you vulnerable and put you in danger. It may have sacrificed too much or given too much of itself in others. So risks here, it says, you may feel inner rushes of sadness, pessimism, or destruction towards yourself or others, or perhaps a desire for solitude, which will only serve to push you towards excessive introversion. You may find it difficult to open yourself up to others and life in general. Healing mantra, it says, recite this mantra regularly until you feel something change inside you. I am safe. The world around me is generous and benevolent towards me. I am safe. The world around me is generous and benevolent towards me. It says, visualize yourself being safe in the middle of the world. Imagine a warm sun, a peaceful bubble surrounding you. This is pushing away any danger you might have felt or still feel by blowing the danger away from you and others like clouds. Repeat this visualization until you feel joy at being a part of the brotherhood and sisterhood of humanity, that all danger is past, and that you're completely at peace with lightness in your heart. So this is very like heavy energy. It's like, this is how you felt like in the past. And perhaps some of you still feel that, right? You feel like it's not really safe to be vulnerable or open up to people. Okay? Even though like in the outside you might be like this butterfly, like you might be like this butterfly who's kind of, you know, outgoing or helpful or loving to other people. You're kind of like, I'm sensing that you're kind of like somebody who likes to give advice to other people because you've gone through like such difficult things in your life. Okay, let's get more information about this. Spirit, show us what Power number 3 needs to know about how to heal this energy. The King of Wands. The Three of Cups. The Seven of Swords. The Chariot. The Page of Wands and the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, very interesting. So I'm seeing here that you guys, like the King of Wands is somebody who has like a vision for his life, but I'm seeing it in a way that like the King of Wands is kind of like the life of the party a little bit. So this could be you outwardly is kind of like somebody who celebrates with others and all these things, but you've learned to kind of self-sabotage in a way where you're not letting people see your vulnerabilities. Okay, you're not allowing people in to see that side of you. I think it's been very, very hurtful for you in the past to let people in. You feel like it's not safe to open up that part of you. And so like he's kind of like the social butterfly, and I see that for you guys. You guys could be the social person. Like this is like socializing with friends a little bit right here. Seven of Swords is like manipulating or like self-sabotaging or kind of like letting people know that you're okay, like you're very lighthearted about life in general, but deep down you are hurting. Okay, the Chariot is kind of like the divine is behind you. It's got your back here and it needs you to rely on it a little bit more. Okay, the Page of Wands is like, it's okay to be vulnerable. Like it's gonna feel like uncomfortable and it's gonna feel like you're a beginner at this. It's kind of like this is like new territory here. Like he's all the way in Egypt with the pyramids, but you want to be somebody who is this Queen of Pentacles. Like she is somebody who is stable, who's nurturing, who knows who she is, right? It's somebody who is very giving, but also somebody who has been through it. Like she's been through the cycle to become this Queen of Pentacles. Okay, this is somebody who doesn't like to rush things, somebody who's stable, somebody who's healed as well. Okay, let's see what other messages. Seven of Cups with the King of Wands. This is like confusion. Like this energy is causing you to be confused in yourself because deep down inside you do feel like you're hurting, but also you feel like you need to put up a front for people, and it's kind of causing you to be confused about yourself. You have the King and Queen of Wands and the King of Pentacles. Like this could be somebody in your life that is on the same frequency as you, that needs you to be more vulnerable because they want to bring in that stability for you as well. Like they need you first to be vulnerable. but you're kind of like holding on. It's kind of like you don't want to talk about it, but you're carrying this heavy burden here. This could also be somebody who's seen that shadow side of you and they're kind of trying to perpetuate it, but there's somebody here that's better suited for you. Somebody who will kind of like calm your nervous system here. Okay. The Four of Wands is like making it to the finish line, like accomplishing some sort of goal. Like this could also be walking through that door of vulnerability. Like it's gonna be difficult. You're gonna feel like the hermit that you need to like hide away, but it's going to require a lot of like action from you here with the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Cups. Like a lot of like compassion energy. Like your thoughts are going to be racing here, but you need to have that compassionate energy towards yourself also. Okay, the Five of Swords, because you're cheating yourself out of like genuine connections with people, right? You're going to be creating an atmosphere, like you're going to be fighting with people who get too close to you. Okay, and eventually that's going to be pushing them away, right? And you're still going to feel like you're trapped in this energy of whatever this is. Like this is feeling like neglected here. But you need to free yourself from this. You need to take a leap of faith towards freeing yourself here. And all we need to do to change the cycle and have that success and to have that victory is literally to just make a different choice. Like instead of like hiding away or running away, this time you need to just stand your ground and be vulnerable with people. Okay, that's the only way to have that fulfillment, that happiness, like to truly feel like people, that you belong with people, that you're worthy of people's attention and love. Okay, because this is the people that you're attracting here. Okay, you need to just transmute this energy to become the Empress here, somebody who is abundant and loving and vulnerable and all these things. Like kind of like transmute this energy and just have patience with it, right? Let's have a message from Spirit. Spirit pile number 3. Messages that they need to know. Okay, so this says trust. It says allow me divine to give you my deepest longings, trusting you to know exactly how to handle them. And here's a butterfly. Butterfly might be your sign to release and let go, and to trust that you being vulnerable with people and just allowing them to reciprocate to you what you've given to them, like all the love and appreciation and guidance you've given to them. Yeah, to reciprocate that back to you. Like open up your arms here, your hands. It says divine abundance. You were born to align with love's will. Follow the Tao and serve something beyond the ego. Learn to be abundance, not chase it. Okay, so it's kind of like, don't be in a state of lack, thinking that everybody's going to just not give you the attention or neglect you, or people are going to treat you how others have treated you in the past, or how they've abused you. It's kind of like just be love, like be the love that you want to see. Like love yourself in a way that you want to see other people love you, right? The love that you want to attract. With neglected here, don't neglect yourself, okay? If you want to change things in your outside world, you need to change what's within. And this is clearing. As true offering arises, it becomes easy to let go. You start to trust that more will always arrive. You shift from mind to God's. Such freedom. Beautiful messages for you, pile number 3. I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I hope it resonated, and I hope it shed some light for your healing as well. Okay, so that's all I have for you for pile number 3. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I will see you guys on the next one. Bye. Hi, pile 4. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. So we're asking Spirit about your wounds here, what you need to heal, to elevate, to move to the next level, right? So this here, you guys chose number 10, quarrelsome. So this is about being like combative, being like a little bit in like the drama energy a little bit. So just quarreling with people, like fighting with them. I'm not sure why, or fighting even with your inner self, but we'll find out. It's like time for you to, maybe you feel like not heard or something like that, so you have to kind of quarrel with people to prove a point, okay? Or unseen here, like you don't need to do that, okay? Let's get more messages. Pile number 4, please. Messages for pile number 4. Spirit, what messages for pile number 4? Let's cut the deck. Healer. And we have unappreciated. Bottom of the deck we have seductive, we have wild, and grounded. So let's see what this is about. Quarrelsome. So maybe, yeah, you feel like you're unheard here, right? Like unappreciated with healer. It's like the heart chakra. Let me see. Let's get some more messages for you guys from the book. Number 10. We have number 10, 23, and 8. So, number 10. Quarrelsome. This is a shadows card. So it says, this is about jealousy, conflict, and excess. This card invites you to work on your shadow side. This is the dark part of your being, which expresses itself through negative character traits. Embrace your shadow without judgment, benevolently and lovingly. When you act from darkness, part of you is in pain, and your ego is setting up protective strategies to preserve you. So it says, reflect upon the traits below in which you recognize yourself. You're invited to regulate excesses in your personality for greater inner peace and joy. You may be too possessive, jealous, or oppressive. You can feel bad when your partner or your friends spend time with other people. You may also be tempted to spy on your partner. You may tend to engage in toxic relationships which hurt you, slow you down, or are complicated. You may be vindictive, trying to take revenge on or quarreling with others. You may be touchy, hypersensitive about what others say and how they look at you. You take things too much to heart. You may catastrophize because you feel targeted and hurt, which can lead you to sulk, show anger, or feel belittled. Do you recognize yourself in any of these traits? If the answer is yes, can you recognize why you act this way and what you're trying to protect yourself from? This card reminds you to give others space and learn to develop trust. If you don't trust others, maybe you lack self-confidence. Does this insecurity stem from a fear of being abandoned, humiliated, or rejected? Or perhaps you feel you don't deserve to be loved? Instead of remaining in fear, become aware of your qualities. Meet them and expand them with gentle and quiet strength so you can be at peace with yourself. Stop hurting yourself, looking unconsciously for toxic relationships to wound yourself or another. Develop your self-esteem to finally meet friendly, benevolent, interesting, and especially sincere people. What was your role model for human relationships? Release any damaging conditioning and shout aloud yes to peaceful and nurturing relationships, which will bring out the best in you. Peaceful relationships don't mean routine and boredom, but gentleness and respect. I'm seeing 111 on the timer. It says, find your inner peace. Your relationship with yourself affects your relationship with others. Even if you feel resentment or impulses of anger or revenge, taking it out on others won't make things better. Anger is felt against yourself first. So work on your wounds and free yourself from past traumas by transforming the negative energies that poison your mind and body and being difficult or even violent situation and bring difficult or even violent situations in your life. Then you'll finally be able to love yourself at your fair value. Show humility sometimes. Don't take things literally or personally. If some things strike like an arrow to your heart, perhaps you should change your outlook on yourself and your unhealed wounds, which react when someone says something negative to you. Instead of responding hurtfully, be gentle. This will create a protective cocoon around you, which will prevent what others say from resonating with your inner hurts. What intentions can you set, or what commitments can you make? Very, very interesting. So it's kind of like this wound tells me that you don't know how to, like, you've been taught that love is like unkind. Like, love is kind of battling. It's kind of like you show love through like that passionate anger kind of thing. Like, it's kind of like those on and off romances, right? Like, if it doesn't hurt, it's not real kind of thing, right? And that's how you feel towards yourself as well, right? It's kind of like you hurt yourself, or you allow other people to hurt you, and you see that as true love, and that's not love. Okay, that's just like activating your inner wounds again and again. So this is why you need to heal your heart with Healer here. Okay, Healer says, this is number 23. Healer. This is chakra, is your heart chakra. So it says peace, freedom, care, and completeness. That's what you need. You need peace in your life, okay? So it says this card invites you to connect with your heart chakra. Allow it to shine and surround and embrace everyone you meet, and let it take care of yourself, others, and the whole world. You don't have to act, simply shine your prolific and protective energy. It says the counsel of this card is help others' heart to be at peace, help others to forgive, and develop values such as brotherhood, sisterhood, mutual assistance, and tolerance. Invite people to not judge, but be generous and loving towards themselves and the world. This visualization exercise is to free your heart. Imagine you are freeing yourself from the chains and padlocks that may bind, restrict, or imprison it. Free your heart fearlessly, being carried by the wish and right to love freely, widely, and unconditionally, and for no particular reason, simply because loving makes you happy, fills you with gratitude, and satisfies your being. You don't need to know someone or for someone to be a part of your life to love them. Love them like a child who is moved by the world, because love is pure, innocent, limitless, and without boundaries. Connect with Mother Earth to understand her and receive her energies. Mother Earth supports, nourishes, and accepts us as we are. Imagine that you are this planet and that you feel what she experiences, her connection with all her realms, her loving energy flowing through all creation, and her fabulous aura, and how this connection resembles yours. You can develop your values of ecofeminism by taking care of Mother Earth, because when you take care of her, you're also taking care of creation and nature, and your own nature connected to life and love. And the mantra for this card, it says, I unreservedly let my heart overflow. I surround the world with positive and benevolent energy and unconditional love. I am free to love and love myself, fully, simply, unconditionally, with my whole being and grace. This is such a beautiful card. And this is what you need to heal. You need to know that what you've experienced in the past isn't love. It does not hurt. It's not jealous, right? Love is, like, true love is trusting and allowing you to soar and be free and to become who you truly are. Like, love doesn't stifle, right? Love doesn't, like, snuff out a candle. It lets it burn, right? And that's what you need to do for yourself and others. It says here, unappreciated, with number 8. Number 8. Okay. So this is another wound. It says low self-esteem, frustration, and shame. So this says, this card invites you to recognize a wounded self deep inside you. A wounded self can originate from your past, but also be in your cellular memory through the collective unconscious or ancestral trauma. It may be born from a lack of fulfillment of needs, be they physiological or regarding security, love, acceptance, validation, and recognition. By recognizing and healing your wounded self, you release emotional pain and conscious and unconscious fears. The guidance of this card says, inside you, there may be a wounded self who has been betrayed or felt humiliated or unappreciated. Risks, you may wish for solitude and feel triggered or anger or even fits of violence within you. So this kind of corresponds to quarrelsome. This is why you're quarrelsome, because you've maybe felt betrayed, humiliated, or unappreciated in the past, right? So it says, the healing mantra of this card, it says, recite this mantra regularly until you feel something change inside you. My inner riches are divine. Others need not be aware of them because I feel good about myself. I fully recognize the undisputable precious value of my being. Okay, this is so awesome. Like, listen to that again. It says, my inner riches are divine. Others need not be aware of them because I feel good about myself. I fully recognize my indisputable precious value of my being. Visualization of this card, it says, take a deep breath. So it says, take slow, deep breaths. Then visualize a precious casket in front of you, including its color and decorations. Imagine you are taking the pain you carry related to your psychological or emotional wounds and placing it in this casket. Take your time with this ritual. Visualize your pain in a form that speaks to you. Clouds or scars, for example, and feel peace as you place it in the casket. Where there was pain, fill the space with pleasant and velvet energies, which you can draw from the sky like a balm. Charge these energies with love, gentleness, and appreciation. So, like, that could be your wound. Like, you just feel like really angry at life because of how unfairly you were treated in the past, and you feel like you kind of have to fight every step of the way to get what's yours, or to get something here. But really, it's kind of like, that's kind of a little bit has like scarcity mindset, right? Because you feel like you had to fight for everything you own, for everything you have. Okay? And like you feel like life is hard. Life is constant battling and constant fighting with people around you. Like, it's kind of like Five of Wands energy. Like, you don't feel like you need to get along with anyone. But that's because you feel like you were taught a wrong version of love here. Okay? Like, love doesn't hurt people. Like, we all have space in this world, and there's space for us all. Okay? That's what you have to know. Let's get some more messages from the tarot. King of Pentacles. We have the Eight of Cups, or the Queen of Cups, the King and Queen of Wands, then the Lovers, and then we have the Five of Cups to the Ten of Cups. So it feels like this is mostly like pertaining to your love life here. Like, your heart chakra could be closed to love, and so nothing else will flow through, right? It'll just stop here in your heart chakra. It says that King of Pentacles is someone who has that stability. This could have been somebody that walked away from you, or you walked away from them, and kind of left you in this energy where you needed to tend to your own feelings here. Okay? There's also the King and Queen of Wands. Like, these are a divine counterpart with the Lovers, the Five of Cups here, and the Ten of Cups. It's like you want to have this fulfillment, but there's something here that you deeply regret. Something here that you don't feel good about, okay? The King and Queen of Wands, like, they're a very powerful duo. This could be like, I feel like these are also like the people around you as well, because there's so many core cards here. There's 4 core cards, like kings and queens, okay? And like, I'm feeling like there's this decision. This could have been decision, or this could have been like a deep connection that you felt with somebody, and you saw a potential future with them. But also, like, cups were spilled here, like something went wrong. There could have been self-sabotage here, we'll find out. But you see yourself having this fulfilling, like, ending with this person, right? Okay, let's see. We have the 8 of Cups again. So somebody definitely walked away. Potentially because of this quarrelsome energy. Yeah, the 5 of Swords and the... Look at that. The 5 of Swords. Sorry, the 5 of Wands and the 7 of Wands. It's like you chose not to see something here. Could be dealing with a Leo. But the 5 of Swords. I kept saying the 5 of Swords, and here it is. It comes out. This is like a lot of combative energy, like winning at all costs here. It's like quarreling a lot. Maybe they walked away because they sensed that you were too like hardened to love a little bit. Like, you have your guard up, and the only way you see love is with this King of Wands here, who isn't really here to stay for a long time. Like, this was somebody that has the intention of staying long term, not this King of Wands. But I think that's not what you're even looking for here, right? For the Queen of Wands, because that's somebody who's on the same frequency as the King of Wands. 3 of Cups, see. So it's kind of like here you kind of want to be this carefree energy, but and you want to have control of your thoughts. It's kind of like you're fine where you're at here with the 9 of Cups. Like, you feel like you're emotionally fulfilled, but there's a sadness here within you. Like, what is the Lovers? Yeah, you feel sad about this King of Pentacles. Like, they are the person that you had this deep connection with. Even though you feel like you're at the frequency of this King of Wands here, because you're the Queen of Wands, this is somebody that could have potentially given you this 10 of Cups here. And this happily ever after is like crossing this threshold with that person. It's like you're sad that it didn't go to that place, and you feel like you may have sabotaged it. So this is kind of like a sabotaging your love life a little bit. Like, how are you sabotaging your love life? We have but you have a new beginning that will lead you to the 10 of Cups here. There's a new beginning, so not all hope is lost, okay? And if you listen to your intuition, just follow your intuition and heal yourself. Feel this energy, okay? Like, transform, like, end what no longer, like, end this anger. Like, you know that, like, the precursor of anger is just sadness. It's like whatever is making you sad here, you need to just feel it. You need to feel it to heal it, right? This is like taking control, taking action, like becoming somebody who's the emperor. Like, he mastered all the kings, so he mastered like his emotions, his thoughts, his earthly realm, and his passions here, okay? Like, this is the answer. Like, to transform your life and to have success, you need to trust yourself and trust this person, okay? A lot of trust needs to be had here. Like, look at that. This one is the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Swords. So this is the truth. Let's get you a message from Divine Guidance. Spirit, okay, what do they need to know? Let me see if there's Anything else that wants to come out? Maybe this card too. Okay. All right, so it says here we have companionship. It says giving someone your complete presence is an astonishing gift. This is all about love for you. Companionship. It's like, don't be so combative with someone. They're just trying to offer you stability and love, and maybe you're not used to it here. The King of Pentacles. Okay, inner child is, allow me to give compassion and love to the little one, to that little one. Let me attend to its deepest needs and feelings. It's like, here's your inner child here. Like, you need to love yourself. It's like the way that you were taught love in the past, to be combative and love is difficult, and you need to just fight through what you need to get. Like, you need to fight. That's not it. Okay, like you don't need that. Like, you need to just heal and be at peace. Okay, and it says here energetic clearing is very important, so listen to those chakra frequencies for your heart. It says, during crisis, the Holy One herself may be emptying you of fear and attachments, preparing you to receive her luminous plan. Bottom of the deck, we have signs. Instincts are the message from the inner divine. Okay, so that's what it is here. Like, this is your intuition. You need to listen to it. There's energetic clearing that you need to do here with the with death and the emperor. Okay, so that is what I have for you, pile number 4. I hope this resonated. I hope this helped you in finding out what you need to heal, what wounds you have. And I will see you guys on the next one. Let me know how this resonates for you guys in the comments below. And thank you guys so much for tuning in.